it is said to our beloved Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam that we do not witness you fasting any month as much as you do in Shaban. This is doesn't include Ramadan, of course. They're speaking of the voluntary fasts. And then the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam responds, قال ذاك شهر يغفل الناس عنه بين رجب ورمضان وهو شهر ترفع فيه الأعمال إلى رب العالمين وأحب أن يرفع عملي وأنا صائم. He says, this is a month, meaning the month of Sha'ban that we are in today. This is a month in between Rajab and Ramadan that many people are heedless of, i.e., they are heedless of the value, of the importance, of the significance of this month. And it is also a month in which our deeds are presented to the Lord of the universes, right? And therefore, I love for my deeds to be presented to my Lord when I am in a state of fasting, right? So we start with ceremonies to say Shaban is that yearly cadence in which our deeds are presented to God. So that's number one. Number two, there is a curious connection with a few things. Deeds being presented to Allah, number one. Number two, fasting, the idea of fasting. And number three, the idea of having a clear conscience, a clear chest and heart of all ill feelings. There's just a curious connection between the three in various narrations of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, right? So take, for example, we said deeds are presented on Monday and Thursday. With respect to Sha'ban, which is the month we are in, and this is, I think, the end of my introduction, we're getting into the topic now. The Messenger of God sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he says about this, إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يَطَّلِعُ لَيْلَةَ النِّصْفِ مِنْ شَعْبَانَ فَيَغْفِرُ لِجَمِيعِ خَلْقِهِ إِلَّا لِمُشْرِكٍ أَوْ مُشَاحٍ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gazes upon his creation on the night of the 15th of Shaban, which for this year will be Saturday night, inshallah. He gazes upon his creation the night of the middle of Shaban, of 15th of Shaban, and he forgives all of his creation save two categories of people: the one who associate partners with God and the one who carries some hard feelings towards someone else in his heart. They call it shahna. I'm going to explain those things, right? So turns out Shaban is the same way, meaning Shaban is a month in which the deeds are presented. And therefore, Allah wants us to fast and He wants us to clear our chest of these ill feelings. It's almost as if Allah created this month for us to prepare our hearts for Ramadan. And usually when we speak of that, what do we speak of? Sajad. So like preparing for Ramadan. You go, you listen to a khutbah. How do you prepare for Ramadan? What should you do? You do more dhikr. That's usually mentioned. What else? Salah, you pray extra, you read more Quran, you start fasting and do these things. But perhaps what's not mentioned as often, what the Prophet ﷺ is trying to highlight for us here, is you should also clear your chest of these grudges, of these ill feelings, of the shahna, of this ghil, of animosity, whether it's expressed or it's bottled up. We're going to speak of all of that today. You should clear your chest of all of that because we want you, O Muslim, to enter Ramadan in a state where your heart is ready to accept things. And a full heart cannot accept other things.